adorable friends, welcome to part 2 of me setting up my February 2023 bullet journal. On this video, you will see I'm setting up the second week of February, the 3rd and the 4th, and we will also see the theme recording page at the front. So let's get to it. For this page, I want the look to be quite clean, so I'm using a ruler in order to make the lines for this page, and the idea is that the space for the days are like a note or like a post-it note that is hanging on a grid. So these rulers, I use it to make those grid, and as you can see here, I'm leaving some space empty, and those spaces will be for the notes where I can write down the summary of my day. I'm doing the same thing on the other page, and as you can see here, the grid that I'm making is 2 spaces wide instead of making the line every space, because I feel like if I make it every space or 1 space wide, it's just too crowded, and I kind of want to make it a little bit more airy, kind of like it breathes a little bit. So that's why I make it 2 spaces wide rather than 1 space wide for the grid. Here I'm coloring in the peg that connect the post-it onto the grid, so it looks like the post-its or the notes are hanging onto the grid with a wooden peg. And then I continue on making the post-its themselves. And as you can see here, I alternate the colors according to the color combo that I'm using for this month for February, which is the colors of chocolate. That's how I think about it. It's dark chocolate, milk chocolate, pistachio, and strawberry chocolate, or pink chocolate, I guess. And as you can see here, the notes themselves, I also vary a little bit in terms of its design. I like to have that little bit of fold either at the bottom or at the top of it, and that is the kind of effect that I'm going for with this different design of the notes from one to the next. What is left is just to adhere the cute beavers, and then writing up the calendar for this page, as I always do for every single of my weekly pages, and then writing up the name of the days and the dates. First weekly done, we can now start with the second weekly, and we'll be using these cutouts. I use one of Lawn Fawn dies for this, the one with the heart and some lace around the heart. I'll link it below in the description box exactly what the name of the die is, and I think they look really cute in order to make this next page. I first play around with the positioning of the hearts, and when I'm happy that they're all fit on the same spread, I started adhering them down. And as you can see here, I used one of the hearts as the calendar for this spread. I then write out the name of the days and the dates in white gel pen so that they are popping against this dark background of the cutouts. And I wrote down in my wonky calligraphy the name of the month, then adhered the cute beavers onto this spread. So yeah, this spread is pretty much quite explanatory and straightforward, just using the die cuts. I often like mixing it up this way because it's just nice to have that unique shape to write down the summary of your day. The third week is done, so now we can work on the last week of the month, which is the fourth week. For this one, I do it slightly, well, quite different than the other two, because for this one, it's a very loosely drawn boxes, so I'm not using rulers, for example, so it does look a bit messy. After looking at it again, I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe I should use rulers. But what do you think? Write to me in the comment whether you like this look or not. I wanted to differentiate it a little bit more from the other spread that are quite neat using rulers. So for this one, I've kind of free-handed in order to make these boxes, and I again alternate the different colors. I also really like the layout here, and particularly it allows me to have this space at the bottom to put the cute beaver, so I like to leave some negative space, so to say, to put a particular scene for that spread, because I really feel like that tie up the spread better. I'm writing up the calendar here really quickly, and you can see again how the layout of the spread. I like that the boxes are not exactly the same shape and not the same size. I might actually consider redoing this layout again for a different month later on. Oh yeah, and that calendar, I really like that the top part I made it into little hearts, and just really quickly writing up the name of the days and the dates. As a finishing touch, I added these lines. Sometimes they're thick, sometimes they're thin, just to give a little bit of an interest to the spread. Now that all the weeklies are done, we can record the theme of the month in the monthly theme record page. This is genuinely one of my favorite things to do every month. I love putting these together, and by the end of the year, seeing all 12 of them at the same place. Last but not least, let's do a flip through since the beginning. This is the cover page that has a window with the monthly reflection page next to it. And here's the calendar with all the stumps and the cute beaver at the bottom. And here's the first weekly with the different stumps I used to record the dates. This is the second with the grid and very neatly looking spread. This is the one with the die cut with the hearts. I really like this one. I like the different colors of the spaces. And the last one that is a little bit more organic. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have joined me this far for my setup of February 2023, I hope I will be able to see you again next time. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you do, please like the video, and I would really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. I would be so happy to see you in the next time around. And until then, I hope you have a really wonderful day. Bye.